Exmoor is a place full of unique landscapes, from the moorlands, woodlands, dramatic coastlines with plunging cliffs, sheltered bays, historic ports and quiet, tranquil trails for you to explore and enjoy. Over the next few videos, we'll be travelling around this stunning part of West Somerset and North Devon, showcasing beautiful walks, incredible villages, and fun scenic attractions that will inspire you to visit this underrated part of England. This time we'll visit the village of Porlock and the harbour at Porlock Weir, take an energetic hike high above Bossington Beach at Hurlstone Point for stunning views out over the Bristol Channel towards Wales, and fall in love with the tiny village of Allerford, a great introduction to Exmoor and what it has to offer. Porlock is on the West Somerset coast, about 6 miles from the area's largest town, Minehead. Porlock Weir is another 1.5 miles further west of the inland village. Lying in a horseshoe-shaped vale encompassing a number of small villages, it is protected by the fringes of Exmoor National Park. You can get here from Minehead by bus in about 30 minutes, or drive as there's no station. Filled with pretty thatched houses and some charming gardens, it's a delightful place to stop or stay whilst in Exmoor. There are many attractive old properties to look at and interesting arts and crafts shops to explore. At the heart of the village is the 13th century St. Dubricius church, with its unusual spire, the top of which is rumoured to have been lost during a storm in 1703, but some say it was built flat-topped for a beacon to be lit on it. Notice the ancient yew tree, thought to be over 1,000 years old. The current church is believed to have replaced an earlier church dating as far back as 1120. St. Dubricius was a 6th century Celt who included Exmoor in his travels. Born in Herefordshire, he was known for curing the sick by laying his hands on them. This small 15th century manor house was a prestigious home dating back to 1450. It's now the local museum run by a group of enthusiastic volunteers from May to September. Entry is free and you can learn more about the local community's past. Doverhay Forge dates back to the mid-19th century. Its frontage remains remarkably unaltered since the day it was a smithy. It now serves as an interesting bric-a-brac shop. Do venture off the main street, as there are some wonderful cottages to see as you stroll the lanes. The village has 3 pubs to choose from, all of which I believe are dog friendly. The Royal Oak, the Castle, and the Ship Inn, the oldest in the village. It has many tales to tell of smugglers. Well known as an ale house, and once having its own malt house in the grounds. Centuries ago it was close to the shoreline, but the sea has now receded, creating Porlock Marsh. An important coaching inn, and invaluable in part for breaking up the long and arduous journey by horse-drawn coach to and from Lynmouth on the infamous Porlock Hill just out of the village, today the steepest A road in the UK. We are approaching Wesleyan Methodist Church. It was completed in June 1927, a gift from the Ackland family of Holnicott. The rooms inside have served as meeting rooms, schoolrooms, and played host to World War II soldiers to sleep in during the Exmoor training exercises. Lorna Doone Hotel has operated since 1894 and is thought to have played host to R.D. Blackmore at the time when he was writing his novel Lorna Doone, a popular romance set in Exmoor. This lovely picture shows the local garage in years gone by. It still is a garage serving the local community. Next door and now private homes, the tannery produced leather for saddlery, harnesses and shoes in the village until the 1930s. Porlock is quite delightful, and if this looks like your sort of destination, then check out thebestofexmoor.co.uk. They have over 150 wonderful holiday cottages all over Exmoor, including a number of dreamy places to stay right here in Porlock. Whether you want a sea view or a dog-friendly period cottage, you'll find the perfect place on their site. We were really grateful to the team at The Best of Exmoor for inviting us down to showcase this underrated part of England. Later we'll visit Porlock Weir, a popular quaint harbour where we've been staying. But first let's explore more with a coastal walk and a couple of tiny but stunning little villages just a 20 or 30 minute walk from Porlock. Bossington and Allerford are stunning neighbouring villages just east of Porlock, fairy tale-like locations that enchant and bewitch you into wanting to live there. Bossington is a peaceful coastal hamlet and a great place for easy to medium effort hikes. The car park has a map showing the way to the beach, Porlock Marsh, or you can climb up to Hurlstone Point. These are just a few of the wonderful walks in the area. We decided to climb, breathe in the salty air and admire the curve of Bossington Pebble Beach that stretches for nearly 3 miles to Porlock Weir. The walk begins across the River Horner through a small woodland. Recent heavy rain has it running loud and fast as it makes its way to the Bristol Channel. It's not long before we start a steeper climb and the beach becomes the focal point on the horizon. We are looking out over the Bristol Channel with southern Wales across the water. The views of Porlock Bay and the curve of Bossington Beach are just stunning from this vantage point. The remains of a building lie on Hurlstone Point. This was built as a Coast Guard station in 1900 and manned permanently until World War II. A rocket warning signal and rescue equipment were kept here. You can continue to walk towards Selworthy Sands, but the path is narrow and drops away, so do be careful if you do. Rather than taking the same route back, we follow the pink markers and take the circular woodland route to bring us back to the car park. The views of the landscape and the aerial view back to Porlock are spectacular. The woodlands remind us of the dark hedges in Northern Ireland, gnarly, twisted but beautiful trees. With a much steeper descent this way, we were glad we'd not made the ascent using this route. Back in the village, let's take a quick walk along the main street. One of the thatched houses, Kiltner's, opens as a cafe from 11 AM each day, serving delicious cream teas and sandwiches, so we're told. Driving to Allerford takes just a few minutes, or you could walk to the village in 20. quiet, tranquil and unchanged. Probably its biggest draw is the iconic and historic Packhorse Bridge. Simply charming, this 15th century bridge spans the Aller Brook with a ford beside it for cars to cross. While small, it does manage to house the West Somerset Rural Life Museum and Victorian Schoolroom, an attractive thatched building that served as the village school in the 19th century. Sadly, it's only open weekdays during the summer. With the evening drawing in, we head to Porlock Weir, with a quick stop just outside the harbour at a super little church you won't want to miss. St Nicholas's Church is a tin tabernacle church, and pretty rare to see still in use. It was built of corrugated iron around 1880. Quick and easy to erect, they allowed local communities to come together in worship, even in the smallest of villages like here. It was very sweet and well worth the walk up the hill. Walking down the hill, we're now in the heart of the tiny village, linked to Porlock village throughout history and has probably always been its harbour. Just under 2 miles west of Porlock, you access it through winding roads that bring you along the coastline. It's a popular stop for tourists to enjoy the pretty surroundings, shops, tea room and pub. On a clear day like today, you can enjoy fabulous views across Bossington Beach and back up to Hurlstone Point where we walked earlier. It's a lovely place for a stroll any time of day, but on this sunny evening even more picturesque. Most of the shops tend to be open from 10 until 4 p.m. each day apart from Sunday when closed, but do check as a few have different opening hours. A couple of restaurants, a cafe and Porlock Bay Oyster Shed will entice you to eat, or you can try the Ship Inn, known as Bottom Ship, to its sister pub of the same name that we saw earlier in the village. We ate dinner here, the food was reasonably priced and it has a nice local atmosphere. Do book in advance as it gets fully booked on weekends and we saw many people turned away. One final scenic thing to do in Porlock Weir is to drive the Worthy Toll Road, not to be confused with the nearby Porlock toll road. Both roads bypass the infamous Porlock Hill with its very steep gradient and offers a more gradual climb and some lovely views as the road heads up to join the A39. Arriving at the lovely thatched toll house, if the attendant is not around, then open the gate, drive under the arch and pop £2 into the slot in the door as your payment to drive up this private road. The tree-lined road, narrow and bumpy at times, takes us slowly uphill, passing the river that flows out to the sea. A torrent of water at the moment, following recent heavy rainfall. Nearing the top, you can enjoy wonderful views of the farmland and out to sea. This route will lead you onto the A39 towards the charming villages of Linton and Lynmouth, crossing from West Somerset into North Devon, and it's from here we'll be next time. These two closely entwined villages are linked by the magical water-powered cliff railway that has glided visitors up and down the cliff face ever since the Victorians built it in the 1890s. A beautiful harbour, charming historical buildings, quaint shops and lanes make it a delightful place to visit or stay. Combined with some lovely local walks, the amazing Valley of the Rocks for breathtaking coastal hikes, and the super cute Linton and Barnstable narrow gauge railway means you'll never run out of things to see or do. Join us again next time when we share more from this lovely part of Exmoor, and if you enjoyed this video, please show your appreciation with a like. It really helps us out. Thanks for watching the Memory Seekers.